The place where the land meets the sea, or where the sea meets the land, is called the coast. And all sorts of things happen on the coast. Some people make friends with a fish, and some fish are eaten by seagulls. There are also a lot of boats and even more people. One of my favorite things to do when I go to the coast is to go beach combing. No, that doesn't mean I go to the beach to comb my hair. It means I look for unusual things on the beach like shark's teeth or delicious plants, or if I'm unlucky, I might find someone's used earbud. In this presentation video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I have found on my trips to the coast in the UK. After the presentation, there's a quiz for you to do which asks you to put different objects you might find at the beach into different categories. So listen carefully for the different categories in the presentation. Going beachcombing is part of your voluntary homework, but if you can't do that, don't worry. You can have a think about what the sea means to you in our homework session 1. All coastlines all across the world have something to offer, so it'll be really interesting to see what you find or remember about your favorite beach location. So the first category is biology. Things you might find in this category include dead creatures like a beached whale or sea urchin, or they might be alive like a crab or a sea turtle. In this picture, you can see a dead sperm whale in Iceland. Next to that, you can see the egg capsules of a shark. The baby sharks are called pups, and they develop inside these little capsules, which are attached to weeds growing in the sea, also known as seaweeds. There are some baby turtles on a beach under that, and then a sea urchin shell. Sea urchins have spines when they are alive, which can cause a really painful sting, but they fall off when the urchin dies, so you can't see them in this picture. Lots of birds also live on the coast. Can you think of any? Biology is a big category, with plants also coming under this heading of things you might find at the beach. A lot of plants you find growing at the beach are delicious to eat, and some are used to create magical potions that cure diseases. The red flower you can see in this picture is a plant called valerian. If you make tea with its roots, it will help you sleep, and who doesn't enjoy a lovely long lie-in? Next to the pink flower, you can see some orange berries. This plant is called sea buckthorn, and the berries are delicious and very healthy to eat. You can also make tea with the leaves of sea buckthorn. Sea kale is the green plant at the bottom. This is my favorite plant to find when I am beachcombing because it's juicy and salty and it grows really big. The picture in the top left is of seaweed. Most seaweeds grow underwater, but some grow on the beach where the tide comes in and out. Have you ever eaten a plant from the beach? The second category is geology, and it includes all the rocks and pebbles that might hurt your feet if you are walking barefoot on the beach. Rocks are also part of the reason why the sea is salty. Over millions of years, rocks are eroded by the weather, which then release the salt inside rocks into the sea. Fossils are another part of the geology category. They are the remains of life from a very, very, very long time ago. When these creatures died, their bodies slowly turned into rock and became part of the Earth's geology. Special environmental conditions are needed for this to happen. Can you see the very old fossilized shark's teeth on this slide? Waste is the third category, and it's a huge category that we humans are responsible for. Can you think of some of the rubbish that is likely to be found on the beach? And what are some of the reasons why there is so much rubbish on our coastlines? Lots of people think it's a big problem, especially for creatures living in the sea, who often mistake plastic for their food. The final category is human-made structures. These might be lighthouses or beach huts or even old war defences that were left over from the last World War. Coastal structures can look really different depending on where you live in the world, and they can help tell the story of how us humans have used the coast in the past. So that's the end of this presentation. The 4 categories we have mentioned are biology, geology, waste, and human-made structures. If you want help remembering the 4 categories, learn the phrase, bears give wonderful hugs. Biology, geology, waste, and human-made structures. Now it's your turn to put different objects into 4 categories. Good luck, and remember to go beachcombing next time you visit the beach.